Right, it's race day. So I am starting on the very back line because of yesterday's prologue. It's me and one other guy. So just like I like it. I did actually, I got the whole shot. There's only one other guy that was right there next to me. So lots of wide open trail now. I can't remember how many participants we had. 216 total. Like half the field are pros, so they'll be taking splits and sharing some of the trail. Point being, it's kind of cool. Like I don't have anybody in my way. I can see there's no dust, breathe. So I will say I'm very thankful for one of the guys in our pits. I don't want to mention his name because I don't know if he really likes his name out there in the public that much. But he had a spare clutch pack. It was a used one. He had changed out, I guess you could say prematurely, because he didn't know how long they were going to last, and he wanted to make sure he didn't have a problem. So he's been keeping them in a plastic gallon Ziploc bag with oil for I don't know how many months. But I'm thankful he did that. And I am also going to have a spare clutch pack as well. Alright, so keep in mind I started in last. So some of these people, this is their first hard enduro. So everybody's courteous, not rushing whatsoever. But yeah, I got a couple of races under my belt, some little experience. Alright, so yeah, get in front of some people there. Walking down, no shame in that. I hear ya. I'm actually going to walk it down as well. It can be intimidating. That is for sure. Yeah, I'm riding at this point, but I wanted to wait and let that young man pick his bike up and get out the way first. So at this point I'm feeling really good, like super confident, because I just passed a bunch of people. You know, I know most of them or a lot of them, that was probably their first race, but still, I don't normally pass people. Like literally, the only time I pass people is if they're crashed. So it's kind of neat to be able to just kind of screw on by and pass people for the first time. Moving along, again, no dust, so that's nice. I know it's gonna be a long ride, a long day. We got 6 hours to complete 3 laps, and each lap is 8 miles. The goal was to do 2 laps. I won't spoil it, tell you how many I got. I'll just keep going. So it's a four-part video. They're roughly an hour apiece. I want to say I was out there almost the whole 6 hours, in which most people were, unless they had mechanical failures or if they were cramping too bad. But as far as ride time, I only have about 4 hours of ride time, so I cut out a lot of times where I'm just sitting there catching my breath, or at one point I stopped for a good 10 minutes to take a liquid IV. I wasn't cramping yet, but I was just trying to prevent it. So yeah, moving along pretty good. From the little bit I saw of the prologue yesterday, the course isn't scary. I love that. I like a challenge, but I don't like it when it's terrifying. The page, there was a couple of parts where it was kind of like, oh my goodness. It seemed like there was a lot of, I don't want to say high risk of hurting yourself, but high risk of damaging your bike. My GoPro just tilted up and I'm just looking at the sky. I popped the protective lens off, but luckily I only missed like 100 yards of the course. Tweaked my bars just a little bit. I was able to get them back completely straight. So it was a little scary there for the beginning. Like, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. I live to record these races so I can relive the moment. It's kind of cool. You can relive the experience. Not to mention you could self-critique yourself. You hear your bike inputs, you see the lines you choose, that type of thing. So if I would have broke my GoPro then, like, I would have just been sad the whole race. But it's good. I was able to push it back down. I don't have the protective lens on it, but it works fine and dandy still. So here we are. We're going, just scooting along. So one of the things I was trying to remind myself that I did start in the very back, so that I knew that some people were not able to get to Moab on Friday to do the prologue. So there was a chance that you would have more experienced and skilled riders starting in the back, just like me. I don't think it was very common. I think, I'd say pretty much everybody got there and was able to do it. But because of that, I was thinking in the back of my mind, like, don't just follow people thinking that they're all first timers and they don't have that much skill and experience. Don't just, they might be a skilled rider and they might just be ready at any moment's notice to take a 3-foot step down or something. But also in another sense, I knew that, okay, the majority of these people are inexperienced. So again, don't just follow their lines because they might not see what you see. They might be, or more, yeah, like there was a point where that rider just hesitated. So do most of the thinking, or as most thinking as I can for myself. And just be smart. It's a long day. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt the bike. And just remember to have fun. Your goal is to you against nature. Work on my goal. I think that was Trailbound Lady or Trailbound Girl. I forgot the name of her Instagram. I see her every race. I want to say we're pretty much the same pace and skill, so I see her every race. It's kind of cool. Which becomes common, and you go to enough of these races, you see the same riders over and over again. You both have your strengths and weaknesses, but a lot of times you just kind of pass each other back and forth the whole race. 10 minutes in, settled in, feeling good. Like I said, new clutches, bike's working fine, and passed people for the first time. Like that doesn't normally happen. So we're off to a great start. And I'm thinking, man, if it's this easy, I got this. I'm gonna meet my goal. Might be in second gear, but at some point I know I get back in first gear and get back into chill mode because yeah, I don't have the cardio and endurance that some of the riders have, so I got to be ready at a moment's notice to have some energy to spare for some of these difficult obstacles or features. And two, if I'm in first gear, I don't have to feather the clutch as much, so it reduces my chance of falling apart. So it's clear that's the easiest line. And the guy next to me, I think he even says it, so totally cool, just sitting here chilling. It's almost like we're not, us amateurs at our skill level, it's like we're not really competing against each other. We're just trying to make it to the end, and if that means being nice and courteous and helping each other out when we can, and so be it. That's what we do in these types of races. It's not like a desert race where people are just all out. A road race, ain't nobody stop and help each other out in a road race. So this was a moment where it kind of reiterated the fact that, yeah, some of these are less experienced riders. He was all about me going first, and I felt confident enough to do it. Hopefully he saw me do it with ease, and it gave him confidence, showed him how to do it as well. Scooting along. So at the time of me narrating this video, it's been a week now. It takes a long time to edit these videos. Like I said, I only have about 4 hours ride time when I was out there almost 6. So I cut out a lot of moments where there's really no action. And I haven't reviewed this video or rewatched it since to kind of fully remember what's coming up. I don't believe there was anything too crazy for this first hour though. Just kind of a lot of non-stop. Didn't really require that much stopping. For me at least. So there's nobody in front of me. I will say normally, whether it be in a regular enduro race or a hard enduro race, it usually takes about a good hour for me to get to this point where everybody's past me. And I'm riding, I found myself all alone to where I'm having to do a lot of the thinking myself, trying to navigate, following the course, make sure I don't make a wrong turn, that type of thing. So for me, it is feeling a little awkward to just, here it is, 15 minutes in, and yeah, I'm all by myself. There's nobody in front of me. Just trying to pick the easiest line. So one cool thing about being starting in the back of the pack like this was some of the spectators will be along the course, and they've seen where riders struggle, and they've seen where riders do certain things easy. So they'll point out, I don't want to call them cheater lines, but they'll point out the easiest lines. So also it helps you conserve energy. So even though you started in the back, it's a good thing in that sense of meeting your goal of just finishing. Okay? So this was the first bottleneck, but I was part of the bottleneck, I guess you could say. So there's a guy in yellow over there on the right side. Yeah, after I see that, I knew I did not want to do that. Oh, my bad, it's the wrong section. So here's the part, yeah, like I saw somebody took that line. I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks so much easier. So some people know I mention this a lot. I try to believe things happen for a reason. So like I broke my neck 4 years prior to this. I got 6 vertebrae fusion. So the way I try to remain positive about it is I just think, okay, some things happen for a reason. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have never switched to dirt bikes and had so much fun doing this type of riding with all kinds of people from all over the US. With that said, yesterday my clutches were done. I thought my day was over. Like all the time, money, and training you put into this, I know others can relate. Like it's oh yeah, get a pass out of the way first. But no, it's hard to swallow. But luckily, like I said, things happen for a reason. The buddy had the clutches, and he supervised me fixing my bike, and it's good to go. And I'm looking at it like, yeah, it was a pretty tough job getting back to the truck. Thankfully, the sweeps helped me. He towed me actually, and then I had to spend some time putting in the clutch plates. But because I only got about 20 minutes into the prologue, I'm kind of fresh. I'm sure some people were probably sore from the day prior. So, point being that things happen for a reason. I try to believe that. But maybe I wouldn't have been able to meet my goal if I would have done the full prologue. So that was a tricky little section. But the rock it's all embedded rock. And as long as there's not any sand on top, you got awesome grip. Just like Page. Page, awesome grip. As long as there's no sand on the top. So what do I do here? I don't think I go that way. Oh, I see this little side. Okay, so here, yeah, first gear, just chilling. Gotta remind myself, it's a triathlon. It's not a sprint. Yep, go ahead. So this is a section I wish I would have just looked at better. I thought I had an easy line, only to find out I lost a lot of energy on this part. I thought I was going to tuck behind that tree right there. I don't want to say I'm going off course, but I'm about to go up here and do a little quick U-turn. Maybe not quite yet. So yeah, I thought I was going to squeeze on the right side of that tree and just that would eliminate me from having to even deal with that step up that I saw some people having a problem with. But that wasn't the case. There was not enough room, and those trees are solid. I don't know what those are. I think they might be mesquites, but they don't move. They're pretty stiff. My bars wasn't gonna fit through there, and I wasn't about to just lay my bike down and drag it under there. So once I got in there, I had to change of heart. And it was tough pulling my bike back out of there. That little limb right there on the left, I think it was getting me. Alright, so that was a couple minutes I had to cut out. So here, too, I'm not exactly, should I just kind of so-called send it on the right, or try to go straight where those other people are going? It looks like they're hung up and they're requiring 2 people, so I didn't want no part of that. Nobody wants to help, that's for sure. It's always clear when people need help, I will say that. So most of the time when you see somebody getting help, they didn't really ask for it, and they're not going to turn it down either, which is a good thing, you know. Alright, so that was my failed attempt. Now I'm blocking, I think, two or three other riders that are waiting to hit that line. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, just right there in the way. Let me get my butt to the back of the line. 4 riders right there waiting to hit that line. I'm just gonna do a little donut, kick up some sand. Yeah, didn't think about that till afterwards. It seems like such an easy step up, but all it takes is one little tiny baby head rock to move and it just messes you all up. That was awesome. Like, you couldn't have did it any better than what that guy just did. As easy he did it, he just, okay. That guy just does it so easy. So 2 people just made it look so easy, which leads me to believe I could totally do that. Why can't I do that? So as soon as this rider gets out the way, I'm gonna hit it. I go ahead and tell you, I hit a little baby head and it spun me to the right, and it just didn't work out as I was planning. Now these guys are being the guy that I was. Just attempting it the first time, and while other people's are kind of waiting to hit it. That's pretty good. So This guy's nice, even though he's in front of me. He waits. He lets me go first. So he got off so he could get a better look at that. There's that line to the left.
As soon as 510 moves.
And I'm just waiting for those two riders to get out of the way because I was thinking maybe I need to send it, but I'm going to wait for those two riders to get out of the way. I'm not going to send it if they're sitting there. Yep. Just couldn't believe it. So that was my second failed attempt at that same line. And I'm blocking other people from hitting it. So that's when I just tell myself to hit the far left line. I saw where it looked like most of the people that hit that line to the far left had to have help because they were cased out and couldn't get up a certain spot. So it looks easy enough. Just gotta lock my front tire and get it up over there. That was pretty good. So you might not have noticed, I think that was Cody Webb just went through. So the race leaders are coming through. I'm only 20 minutes through, 20 minutes in. So I'm stuck. And I'm tired at this point. I haven't failed that one hill over there twice. I had to back up my truck, back up the bike after trying to go around that tree. So luckily, one guy helps me out. He notices visually that, I guess he sees my, at this point I have my goggles off and turn around. So this dude, yeah, he knows I'm smoked. He helps me out. I think he even tells me like, hey, calm down, man. Take a breather. So he not only helped me there, he's about to help me here too. So yeah, I guess I wasn't looking that good. Not pushing myself any less or any more than I regularly do though. Trying to keep going.
Good luck, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take your time. You look spent right now. Okay, thank you.
Alright, so now I'm totally, let's keep it in first gear. Let's just cover some ground, regain some confidence, but most of all, regain some strength. just cut out a little time there. So I remember just telling myself, don't wait here, just go slow and regain your strength, but stay on the move. It's nice that Moab has trees versus in Page for the Grinding Stone race. You don't have trees. And I say it's nice because it offers shade. And if you do want to stop, you can stop and get some rest under the shade. Yeah, that danger thing scared me. Keep in mind, that was race. These were the race leaders coming through. And I'm glad I recognized it. Because, like I said, you got to be careful. You can't just follow anybody. You never know if that's a pro or not. They can handle a 2-3 foot, whatever it is, step down. They'll just send it and don't have any second thoughts about it. Where us normal Joe Schmoes, we can have a oh shit moment and just yeah, it might not work out the way we want it to. So I was asking this dude if he wanted to go first because I was thinking, okay, maybe they or he did. They did this during the prologue. And I hadn't seen it yet. They kind of knew which line to go. So the fact that he fell, I was thinking, well, I don't want to go that way. Figure even if this side's steep, I'll just walk it down, and that's what I ended up doing. I just walked it halfway and then I jumped on and went about my way.
Off the bike's probably better.
I want to say when you first start doing these things, these hard enduro races, you might have a little shame
Good job.
in having to walk your bike down, but it's, in my opinion, it's an essential skill. You see even the pros do it for some really, really, really super technical areas, so it's a skill. You might have to do it more often than more skilled people, but it's definitely a skill that you need to learn. Don't be ashamed to use it. And when the time comes, you'll be familiar with it and know how to do it efficiently. Alright, so here comes the first checkpoint. Had to have help, what, once or twice? Okay, so that was a split. So I don't have anybody in front of me, but I'm concerned with pros coming up behind me and me blocking them. Which really, if I'm still steadily moving, I shouldn't even be worried about that at all. Like a pro can go around me. Whereas I only see one or two lines, they can pretty much do anything. Like unbelievable stuff that you can't imagine. But I'm still concerned with it. I don't want to hold anybody up. So I get a little paranoid when I only see one line, like a single track. These canyons, you hear kind of like ghost bikes too, that your engine echoes. So you're constantly thinking somebody's behind you, and then you look and there's nobody. So skinny little area, it's jammed. Like, oh my goodness. One or two pros do come, so we are concerned with blocking them. This guy's way off the trail. There's two of them that's off the trail, and I know if I was in this situation, I don't know if I'd be able to get back on the trail without help. So I'm glad everybody's helping each other out. I can't help because I'm concerned with not being able to help myself. And it's kind of good that I wasn't over there helping because the pros are coming through and I'm kind of in the way. So I'm gonna have to use some energy in a minute to use my tugger strap that I installed a couple of days before and get my bike out of the way. Yep, so another rider wanting to help out. Who knows? That might be a rider.
Maybe you got a pro coming, guys. Yep, pro. Pro! Oh no, is he pro?
He's aware that the pros are coming to.
Dude, you got it, you got it! Right here, go right through! Oh my God. Sorry. Fine, man, I'm sorry. Oh. You got it, buddy.
Yeah, so trying to make room.
Good job, Aaron! Oh, shit. Anybody going? All right, guys. I'm just here to have fun, so. Yeah, me too. Is there anyone else coming? I think there's one more. No. Any more pros? We all care about them. Let us go too, fuckers. No.
Alright, so we got the bottleneck cleaned up. I should say they do because I didn't help with this portion. And I was able to see what caused it, how to prevent myself from doing the same thing. So just kind of slide right on by. I think it was just due to somebody. Well, it could be anything. Things happen. Yep, so there's some of that. We're getting lapped. So at this point, I was constantly worried about somebody coming up behind me. To the point where I think I stopped one time. Just so I could so I can't turn my head. Like my range of motion with my head is limited. More so after the race has started because then my muscles and my neck pump up and it makes it difficult. So when I want to look completely around, I have to stop my bike completely and turn at my waist and look. And I did that once or twice. I'm pretty sure I edited it out or whatever, but point being, I had to tell myself, like, quit doing that. It's just these canyons. Your mind's playing tricks on you. And if they don't want to go around, they'll come up there and they'll rev their engine. They'll let you know that everybody. Yeah, so I was going off course. Okay, so there was one. There's another one coming, I think, too. Yeah. But that's what I told myself. Like, hey, you can't sit here all day. Like, let them pass, go. Let them pass, go. I do believe the hard enduro riders are better about doing that versus some of the regular enduro riders that I've encountered. I don't know if I want to say a very small percentage of riders, they're not as courteous, the regular enduro riders. And they'll make you work for a pass and won't get the hell out of the damn way, even if you're revving your engine. I've seen it. I've witnessed it firsthand. I can actually pass a couple of people in regular enduro races as an amateur. And I've seen it in other people's videos where somebody will be revving the engine and they just won't move. Now with that said, pros are pretty cool. Like, they know if there's a slower rider, less skilled in front of them, if they're revving their engine, being really aggressive, trying to pass somebody, they don't want to spook the rider, because if they spook them, they're just going to crash, and then well, hopefully they feel bad about the rider crashing, but they know, if the rider crashes, then it's going to be even harder to get around them. So the pros are good about that. They're not going to be overly aggressive, revving their engine, screaming and yelling, because they don't want you to crash. And again, we all started somewhere. Me, with these hard enduro events, like I said, I don't ever pass anybody. This is one of the very few races I got kind of lucky at the beginning, so that was kind of a first, kind of a cool experience. Don't know how long it's going to be before I get that opportunity again. So first gear, just chilling. Don't know what's ahead, don't know what I'm going to have to do. If I'm going to have to hike a bike a mile up a hill or what. Yeah, first gear. I believe this video ends where my prologue ended at. We'll be going down the hill and up that hill where my prologue ended. So this is it's a small canyon, and there's about a 3-foot drop off down here. The pros, they hit it like it ain't nothing. But most of us, we're trying to walk it down.
Yeah, there's a shitty rock coming out of this. We're going into a rock wash. It's really shitty. There's a what rock? We're going into a wash. It's got some rock punch ups. Okay. What am I off camber if I remember right? What was wrong with your bike? Foul plug. Okay. That was weird, huh? Yeah. Glad you got it fixed. Yeah, me too.
So that's Jeff with Project Enduro for vets.
You go. You pass. You pass. You don't.
I saw that he had problems with his bike.
It's like you set a new record.
Can't remember if it was just before the prologue or just before today's race. Yeah, he was telling me how he had a foul plug and he's familiar with this canyon.
Once you're in the wash, it's better? No. It's still
So he was telling me about the step down, and there's actually 2 lines. He ends up taking the harder line.
Come back over there? Yeah, I think so. Or that's an A-split, I don't know.
So the downside for him, he's going to take this left side and take a harder line. Because all of us taking this right line, we fail, we're up above him. So it's kind of risky that a bike and rider could follow him. And it almost happens. Like, one guy was just being overly aggressive, just wasn't riding smart. For whatever reason. I'm not judging him. I think it might have been his first hard enduro race. But I put rider safety above everything. So, I mean, everybody's going to go to work one day, you know. Everybody wants to have a long, healthy life and continue doing this for as long as they can. So the young man on the left, he's coming through there a lot with confidence. Whereas all of us adults, we're just a little insecure. Uncertain, I should say, not insecure. Yeah, it's so easy for the rear end to slide out. And if it let go, it's going to fall into a big, deep canyon.
Was that a line there? Yeah, but it looks like you got to drop it. Looks like you got something else worse.
So check this Stark out. He gets a piece of wood stuck in between his tire, right? His rear tire and the bike.
Mike wasn't there.
Oh, he was using reverse too, by the way.
In between your tire and swing arm.
Yeah, he got a stick.
Chunk of wood. Use the reverse. Yeah, pull your clutch in though, so we can. Yeah, it's got reverse on. Yeah, it's got reverse. Reverse. Oh, never mind, you got it. Oh, he does. Yeah, he does. Oh, I was like, where? Yeah.
The Stark was amazing as so much. Ability to have reverse, we stopped paying attention to the rider that needed help. So there's Jeff, Project Enduro for vets. He's going to take a harder line, but he's going to be below us. Which I'm not a fan of taking the low line. The way I think about it, you know, I always try to start up high, because if you start off with that low line, there might be a chance that you either can't get back up, or you're gonna play hell getting back up. You know, and waste a lot of energy. Even if you pass people, you're gonna waste a lot of energy. But in this particular section, it was sketchy because this rider right here, he lost the rear and his bike was about to slide and would have landed on Jeff, who's now, he's down below. I don't know if it was this rider or another rider coming up. But you'll hear me speak up. I'll be quiet for the rest of this little section. Young man wanted to call for help, but he couldn't remember the name of this feature.
Hey! Jeff! Look out for this guy!
Yeah, hey, I got him.
I'll go up here.
Whoa.
Look out, Jeff!
Hey, I got you. Let's get you up. Bro.
Let's get Jeff out of the way!
Let's go.
pros going through. Meanwhile, we're working on getting Jeff out the way, who's down below.
I was trying out that helmet set up today.
Yeah. Alright, so he's out the way. Now we can work on the rider that's top side.
Wanna go? Right behind you, man. Just keep it from falling off. Yep. You're right on that log. You see the stump you're on?
Yeah.
You want me to pull your front wheel? Yeah, there you go.
How much those starts weigh, but he made it look easy. I want to say my bike, 500 XCFW, weighs about 20 pounds more than a lot of the 300cc two strokes.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I just felt bad because my bike's just laying down there, but I wanted to kind of take charge, get Jeff out of the way. Like, it was kind of a dangerous situation. Yeah.
See where you want the front wheel?
You heard that, but I was telling him, I ain't lying. I am terrified.
Good place. Let me get right there. I got the bike.
He has the bike.
Thank you.
So they held the bike while I could move and get in a safer position. So right now, if the bike slides and falls, it ain't gonna take me with it. So I just pulled the front and just dropped it down.
Hey, you got it.
Pulled the back down and yeah, good to go. Well, almost.
Sorry, bro. Yeah. Up and over.
I think that was somebody lapping us. Which in this section was good because we can see them hitting these lines easy to show us how it's done. Thankful to be out of that section, out of everybody's way. So again, you could have took that low line. Back to what I was saying a minute ago. Try to always take the high line. You take that low line and you might play hell to get back up to where you need to be. It's funny to think that some of these easy sections, like right now in the hard enduro events, I would say to a novice rider first doing a regular enduro race, it would be considered difficult. So again, I'm on the high line. If I ain't mistaken, I don't see him, but I think Jeff is down below. He's got to get back up here.
Thank you.
Somebody told me which way to go, and I was thanking them. Yeah. So that's not Jeff, but that's a rider. He's got to get up here somehow. And it looks like he's going to have to backtrack. So that's Chris. He actually hurts himself here in a couple of minutes. I think he hurts his ankle or something. Has to call it a day. So I'm pretty sure we just got lapped. And I can't fully see this left side line.
Hey, what's that look like? Yeah. If you're there, you're good.
I think pretty sure that was Chris. He was saying both lines are good. I always worry about if I fail, where am I going to go and where is the bike going to go, because bikes are heavy. You know, I need to be able to get out the way. So yeah, we're getting lapped here. So that's a pro. I mean, it's kind of easy to see. Well, granted, we could probably did that, but if it was the first obstacle of a group ride or whatever, you know, and you're like 100 yards away from the truck in case something goes wrong. So we know there's another way of line to around to the left. You can't see it yet. You don't know if you need any run up. So we got to get moving. We got to get to see what's up ahead. So again, that's Chris in the all yellow. This is his first hard enduro race. He said he's been riding 2 years. Which I tell everybody, do a whole complete year of enduro races, then graduate to a hard enduro race. I mean, no offense to anybody, I just feel like it makes the hard enduro races more enjoyable. Say it, and too, it kind of helps develop your so-called racecraft. You know, you can have all the physical strength, skill in the world, but there's a lot more to it than just getting out there riding. So you can have a plan of attack, you know, so-called strategy. Sketchy little area. don't know about everybody. When I come across areas like that, I don't just think about my lines. Like I try to always think about what if. And I already know if I'd had a little problem, the bike is the least of my concerns. It's going down that cliff. I'm gonna try to hang on up top. But I think that area might have looked a little sketchier on video than it actually was.
Thought you were a pro. Thought you were a pro. No. I'm gonna keep going. Oh yeah. I'm just a guy like you, man. That's fun. That's against nature. Yeah.
I could just some rest.
You got this, young man.
Yeah, you don't even hear him coming. Ah.
You okay, man? Yeah, I should pick it up, sucks. We're 3 miles in. I don't know if you knew that. That's against nature, man, not against each other.
So no offense to the guy I was talking to, I just felt like he was pushing it, maybe in a little bit too much of a hurry. So I just wanted to remind him that we're only 3 miles in. Just gonna slow down a little bit. I'd say I try to tell riders in the most polite and respectful way. I almost fell on that guy. Tell them things that I wish riders would have told me. I don't think anybody wants to learn things the hard way. I sure don't. So I'll take whatever advice into consideration. Oh my goodness. That was the hard line. Easy lines to the left. Call it easy line, but I still had to have help towards the very, very top. And so steep, I was scared of looping it. Thankfully, a couple of guys helped me. I think he might have even been in one of them. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm gonna take this little left side line. So those are watching, you're allowed 25 feet outside of the course, or 25 feet left of that little ribbon you saw in the tree. Is what you're technically allowed. You know, then again, I'm not sure. I feel like if there's ribbons on the left and right, you have to remain in between them. And if you're on a single track and there's only one ribbon signifying a single track, then you're allowed 25 feet either or of that. I think that's how the rule goes. Which, if you're going to take a harder line, then I don't think anybody's going to make a ruling on that. Like that dude on the Stark, like he definitely took the harder line. This was easier line. I just screwed myself with no momentum. It was kind of sketchy of looping it. Luckily, the two guys up there saw me. They knew what was going on. think they asked if I was alright. I ride with earplugs. It's kind of a road racing thing. Like it helped me concentrate. You can imagine trying to do trigonometry or something with somebody screaming in your ear. Granted, I can't do trigonometry, but you get the point. So I wear earplugs. Sometimes people say something to me, and I don't even hear them until I rewatch these videos. And I hope they don't take offense to thinking I was just ignoring them. So they hear me. They ask me if I need help. If you ask me if I need help during a race, I'm not going to turn it down. Because I want to make my goal. I want to do a lap. Like, that's my goal. But now if it's a group ride, I mean, yeah, most time, like, I'll even, like, yell at you. Not, like, in a mean way, but I'll say, no, I don't want any help. I don't want any help. I got it.
I need a hand.
I heard that. Yep. I admit, I was a little scared of looping it. I mean, I could have got it.
I'm scared I'm gonna loop it.
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm gonna loop it.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm so thankful for these guys. I want to say,
What's those names? Yeah, buddy. What's your name? Cade. Cyril.
Bitch!
Lifesavers, buddies.
I don't think I was able to find both of these, but when people help me like that and I see their number on the side of the plate, I'll look them up on the roster, find the name, and I'll shoot them a message. I want them to know. Like, I'll try to find them on social media, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. I'll let them know. Thank you. Like, what you did was not taken for granted. Like, I sincerely appreciate it. And I think most riders know that, but it's another thing to actually hear. And it's pretty cool. So that's it. Thank y'all for watching part 2. Be on the lookout for it. It might be already released. I don't know if I am going to wait for all of them to be finished before I publish them, or just do them one at a time. Just search the channel, subscribe, like, whatever, ring the bell, all that stuff. Alright, later I'm gonna take a break and possibly work on part 2 later.